Back of the bus, keeping it real. Dropping knowledge, spitting the real deal. Alpha Rule on the mic, taking control. With every flow, I'm reaching new heights, yo. Raw high, slicing through the lies and deceit. Exposing the truth, bringing heat to the beat. Law dog on the streets, protecting what's right. Fighting for justice day and night. Yeah, knowledge and bodies takes. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Cyberspace Chronicles, taking you there. Together we ride, leaving no stone unturned. Spreading the truth, it's time to learn.
Hello, I hope everyone is doing well. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to Back of the Bus, and let's get rocking. So we have a new series called Chess and Checkers Film Breakdown. What we're going to do is we're going to take games out of the year, and we're going to talk about pivotal games that kind of define team seasons, or how a team that shouldn't have won might have won, or how a team that should have lost that shouldn't have lost. We're going to look at pivotal games. Our first one, I think, is a pretty cool game, but we're looking at last year, but we're going to continue to do this throughout the season, whether it's college, whether it's NFL. We're definitely going to be looking at and breaking down some film, especially if we get enough film that makes sense. So in a game, everything is a chess or checkers move. Some coaches make chess moves and some coaches make checker moves. Some decisions are really easy. You don't have to think about it too hard. And some coaches make mistakes and they just don't they don't make the right decision when it's so obviously right in front of them. All right. Now, when you look at a team, you're going to look at their talent level, their coaching, and their culture. Any of those three things can help you win games, and any of those three things can help you lose games. So when we're watching this, we want to identify the particular culture. Now, the first game that we have on board, I think, is a very important game. It's pivotal. It created a real polar opposites of the fan base. And there was a lot of things left that it's still lingering into next year. People keep talking about the game. And I think it was a special game. So our first game that we're going to be talking about is going to be Stanford versus Colorado. Now that game, people would say, why is this game important? I'm going to talk about why it's important last year, and I'm going to talk about why it's important moving forward. Last year, this game was very important because it pretty much defined the season. Colorado, for those of you guys that don't know, if you happen to be living under a rock, they started the season out hot. It was a good first half of the season. Then the next half of the season looked exactly totally different. As hot as they were in the first part of the season, they were just as cold in the second part of the season. And the game that was right in the middle of it was Stanford. Stanford's first half seemed like at halftime, whatever happened at halftime, not only changed that game, but it changed the rest of their season moving forward. They never won another game moving forward from the rest of the year. They ended up last place. Actually, this game, Stanford ended up above them in the standings, and Colorado was dead last in the Pac-12. Now, moving forward, people are going to say, man, this is so old, I don't want to keep talking about it. Why is this important? Offensively, the reason why, atop, Coach Prime is the head coach. So the culture that's created with Coach Prime, the culture, he's there. The team is going to represent him in every aspect. I apologize for that noise. In every aspect, he's at the top of that particular, the top of the hierarchy. So when it comes to culture, Prime is responsible for that. We really can't lean on seniors and different things like that. They get a lot of transfers, so the culture has to lean on the coach. Offensively, Coach Pat Schumer and Sean Lewis. Sean Lewis started the year off as the offensive coordinator. Then Pat Schumer ended the year off as the offensive coordinator. Now, the thing that's interesting about this, for the entire season, Pat Schumer and Coach Sean Lewis, they created the offense, they worked together, and they were the ones deciding on what they were going to run, how they were going to run it, and what's the game plan moving forward. Now, in this particular game, if you watch the game live, not only did Pat Schumer help design the offense, Pat Schumer was on the sideline with Sean Lewis. He was there during the game. Now, another thing that's interesting about it is that the current athletes and former athletes that might have left in the spring, they all said the offense is exactly the same. All we're going to do is execute a little better, get better talent in the outsides and at the O-line, and we're just going to do better at what we do. Now, I think they did make some adjustments with choice routes and choice routes for the wide receivers, but it's the same offense, just called by someone a little different, but it's the same offense. So you get to see what the offense should look like: 11 personnel, 10 personnel. Defensively, what makes this game important is Colorado has expressed that they will be running a lot of one high safety cover one because they know in this particular conference, the Big 12, they like to run the ball. Now, that doesn't mean that they can't go to two high safeties and do some other things, but what it means is the base of what they've expressed that the defensive coordinator likes is the fact that he can run a lot of one high. All right, and you're going to see a lot of one high, and you get to see exactly if it helps. Now, we're splitting this series up into two parts. Part one will be the first half of the game. Part two will be the second half of the game. Please, if you like the analysis of the first half, come join us for the second half, and then we'll talk about pretty much the full game and just kind of have a conversation about it. All right, well, thank you so much. Now, before we start, there's something I definitely have to help for those individuals that might not be football aficionados. That's going to be a theme throughout this entire presentation. The most important thing that you guys also have to understand is when it comes to a light box and a heavy box. So right here, I'm going to give you a graph. Heavy box is when the defense puts a lot more people at the line of scrimmage to stop the run. Traditionally, it's a one high safety. So this is the safety right here. You have one safety high with corners high, corners high. But as you see, there's more people in here to stop the run. A light box will be two high safeties. Two safeties up here, less people to stop the run, but more people to stop the pass. So what does that mean for an everyday person to kind of understand what that means? When it comes to a heavy box, traditionally, teams like to pass the ball when you have more people at the line of scrimmage because they're trying to stop you from running the ball. The exact opposite is when you have less people to stop the run, teams like to run the ball. So think about it like that. If you have a heavy box, you like to pass the ball. If you're on offense, you like to pass the ball against the defensive heavy box. If you're on offense and you see a light box on the defense, you like to run the ball. Now, the good teams can still run the ball against the heavy box, and the good teams can still pass the ball against a light box. But even though if you're a good team and you constantly running the ball, you still have to throw the ball against a heavy box just to keep them off tilt. And you still like to run the ball a little bit enough against the light box just to make them force their hand to figure out if they want to stay in that. Because as soon as they deviate from what they want to do, that's when you got them. Because now they don't want to do this because they feel like they're weak at it. So now you can pretty much manipulate them and make them do what you want them to do offensively. So we're going to talk about that constantly and pay attention to the theme. So welcome to part one. Let's get going. I'm excited about breaking this game down to you. And we're just going to go to halftime. We'll do a little recap and that's it. Have a good day. Let's rock and roll. All right, let's go with the first play of the game. Let's get it over. Okay, so this is Colorado. 5 wideouts. Boom. First play of the game. Now, Stanford already got the ball. And I apologize for this just because it's just how the clip came on, how it came on TV. We missed the first series. So what that means, before we even start, everybody in the stadium knows Colorado gets the ball at halftime. Meaning, you better not get behind because Colorado gets the ball when they come out of halftime. So think about that. Now, the reason why I showed this is the very first play of the game. I don't know why you got an offsides. I have no clue why you're getting the offsides. I have no clue why you're not focused enough. It's the first play of the game. You shouldn't have that. Now, that's culture. That's not coaching. That's not talent. That's literally culture. That makes no sense. All right, so let's rock and roll. Now, not digging in. I'm just saying you can't have those penalties. And I know they've talked about this, but I'm talking to you as a fan. I'm not talking to you as the coach. So let's look at Colorado. All right, so false start. Here we go. Let's rock and roll. Shador, 5 wides, light box. You see the light box? Not that many rushers. Okay, they're deciding to throw the ball. So far, Stanford is saying, we want to play the pass, and I'm pausing it. We want to play the pass, and we don't think you're going to run the ball. Colorado's saying, okay, we want to throw the ball. So Stanford's bet was correct. Stanford says they're not running the ball, so let's play the pass. So far, it looks good. So let's see how things get out of whack. Good pocket, good pocket, good pocket. Break, boom. Okay. Good run, great run, outstanding run. All right, don't take that hit. Just go out of bounds. All right, now this is the problem. If Shador can continue to do this, then all bets are off. If Stanford can protect the pass, but their pass rush can't get to the quarterback, and he can scramble, even though it's not a running play, it turns into a running play with his legs. And Stanford better fix that, or they're gonna have some problems. Let's look at the next play. Okay, Colorado. In the red zone, 5 wideouts. I'm not a fan of it because it's not that much room. But let's see what they do. They rush in 3, light box, step up, run again. Boom, okay. You're putting pressure on Stanford. So Stanford is like, all right, keep doing it. Don't let them score. We got to figure this out. How are we going to play the pass, but also have somebody on Shador because he's running the ball and he's giving us a problem. Let's go with it. All right, what's Colorado do? All right, Colorado. They in a tight end set, 11 personnel, tight ends in the game. He looks like a fullback, but he's really tight end. What did Stanford do? Let's see how they did it. Okay, pass. Outstanding throw. Beautiful throw. So what you're going to see right here is, so Stanford decided to, now that we're in the red zone, we can't just play pass. We have to put a spy on the quarterback, and we can take everything else away, and hopefully the pass rush can get to them. Right now, Colorado's dominating them on the offensive line. Right now, they're dominating them. So I'm going to show you what this is called. This is called zeroed out. Zeroed out is this. Let me show you what zeroed out is. Corners on this receiver. Safety's on the slot receiver. Safety is on the first back out, which is going to be the tight end. And then the corner, you can't see him up here, is on a wide receiver. These guys right here are not blitzing. They have one guy that's spying the quarterback and another one's just going to take care of the middle. I hate this defense. I feel like if you're going to zero me out, go ahead and blitz me so I can speed the clock up. If he's just going to sit back here and pick me apart, these corners have no ability to just stop them. This guy is open. I don't like this route by Jimmy Horn, but, it is what it is. But they're open. Right now, if you're doing that, I can run a slant, I can run out, I can do anything. You need to have pressure come behind it. So this is what Stanford did. This is the X's and O's in the chess match. Great throw by Shador. Window, boom, touchdown. That's an easy throw. That's literally a throw that you do in your backyard. Okay, so now it's 7-0. Stanford wants to run the ball. Let's see what Stanford does, and let's see how they try to hang into this particular game. All right, they get the ball. All right, they run the reverse. All right, slot receiver. Okay, good tackle. Shallow, great tackle, open field. That's a hard tackle. He made a good play. Same exact formation. They ran it with a wide receiver. Now they run it, okay, with a tight end. Same thing. They feel like they see something over there, and there's something that they saw in the scouting report. Okay, so now it's 2nd and 4. Let's get it. Play action. All right, it makes sense. They're trying to down. Good job by Shallow. Kept him from getting the first. Now it's 3rd and 1. Quarterback's in the shotgun. They run this. Run a power. Double lead power. All right, so keep that in your head. Shotgun on short yardage, double lead power. All right, so now they're trying to figure out how to move the ball. All right, drop back. They decide to pass it on 3rd down, 3rd and 11. Ooh, boy. All right. Now, I'm going to point out a couple of very important plays in the game. This play right here is very important. This play right here, they said, we're going to take a shot. Not only are we going to take a shot, we're going to take a shot at Travis. We're going to go after him, and we're going to go after him with our best receiver. This kid, number 13, is a freshman. Remember that. This kid is a freshman. Travis is definitely a junior, one of the best players in college. I have some opinions that we'll talk about later in the session. But right now, that was too easy, bad throw. If he catches that ball, that's a 60-yard touchdown with ease. So let's look at it on film. So I'm going to tell you exactly what the conversation is. And you see how fast he got up and ran back? He's running to the sideline. Let me tell you what he's doing on the sideline. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to break it down. First, let's look at it live. Break. Get hands off of me. Gone. He's gone. That's literally, he's gone. That's a touchdown. In any situation, that's a touchdown if that guy throws that ball well. The reason why number 13 gets up, I'm going to be honest with you. When he gets up that fast and jogs back to the huddle, what he's telling you is, give me, in not so many words, give me the damn ball. He can't guard me. I'm about to toast him because I ran by him way too easy, coach. He put his hands on me. I slapped him off. And if you throw that ball right, that's a touchdown. The only thing is that they have to keep Colorado in a single high safety, meaning the safety has to stay in the middle. They can't run those routes if they have 2 safeties because somebody's going to be on top. But since Colorado is playing against the run and they feel like we want to stop their run, we feel confident that Travis can guard number 13 on the outside, man-to-man, or anybody can guard them man-to-man. All right, so now keep that in mind. That's why that play is very important. When we start getting later on in the game, whether it's part 2 or part 1, you'll see some things that might change. All right, here we go. All right, now Colorado gets the ball again. So that was a very important play. They putting that in there. The offensive coordinators right now talking about it up in the booth. Good protection, drop the pass down. Man, that's easy money. Nobody's getting to the quarterback. They're dominating them on the offensive line. Is dominating their D line. All you got to do is take your time and call the right plays. Now, take your time, scramble. If you're gonna go, you got to go, Shador. You got to go, Shador. If you're gonna go, go. That's not a sack. That's not a sack, and it's not on the O line. You just didn't go. Okay, good protection, great protection. Good gracious. That dude had like 8 seconds back there. Now he's running. Now, so as you see, what's going on is Colorado is running the ball with Shador's legs. They're not calling run. It's a light box. They're not calling run. They're running the ball, and everything is camouflaged because he is scrambling and he has talent. But the problem is you don't want to keep doing that. Make the game easy for him. If it's a light box and there's not as many people at the line of scrimmage, just run the ball, give me quick 4 or 5 manage the downs. I'm not saying to do it every time, but do it enough. Don't do it sparingly, okay? Now, here we go. I want you to see this particular play. You got a lot of people at the line of scrimmage, right? They are in an empty set. They have 5 wide receivers out. So that means these 5 linemen have to block these 6 guys. I've watched Colorado's film all year long, and this is one thing that comes up that I think is totally false when I watch their film. Their offensive line is not great, but they weren't dog trash. They wasn't trash. A lot of situations, the reason why the quarterback got sacked had nothing to do with the offensive line, and I'm going to show you that throughout this series, this particular game. You're going to see a bunch of times he either gets sacked or he gets pressured, and it has nothing to do with him. In this particular situation, has nothing to do with the O-line, and I'm going to show you why. It has to do with Shador. This is Shador. Now, he improvises and does a great job, but he's not going to be able to do that throughout the game. And in crucial situations, you got to fix that. Now, down low, people are opening. You got hot routes. You got hot routes by him, hot route by him. So if somebody comes, you got to get the ball out quickly. If you look at the bottom, the wide receiver gets open. And look how far they're off. They are off, and these guys are blitzing. He's going to do a slant. He's open right now. But he improvises, and he throws the ball. Now, let me tell you why that's a great improvisation, and it happened, but it was a terrible job by the defensive lineman. Number 11, this is what happens in the game. Shador came up and told him slide right. He has him, he has him, he has him, he has him, he has him. Guess who has number 11? Shador does. So when he sees number 11 is free, you either have to improvise, but as you progress, you really want to throw that slant that was open immediately. He catches the ball, he throws a slant, the guy catches it and runs for a touchdown. This way, if number 11 actually does a good job of playing the top side shoulder, then he won't be able to spin out of it and get deep. If you don't throw the ball, what's going to happen for a good, talented linebacker, defensive lineman, he's going to play top side shoulder, make you come up, make you step up, then you're going to get a sack for no reason when you should have been just throwing the ball on a hot read. So on this particular one, he's pressured not because of the O-line. He's pressured because of the processing that he does in his own particular head. Look at it. They can't block him. There's no way to block him. He spins out. Great job. That doesn't happen all the time. Great. If the throw was better, that would have been an outstanding throw. All right, now, Colorado got the ball. Here we go again. Pass. Oh, my God. Good move. Travis is special. When it comes to that offense, underneath route, catch the rock. Let's see it again. Watch him. Watch Travis. Catch the ball. Up the field. Spin. Good. Good work. Straight down the sideline. Got enough speed to finish the play. All right. Score is 14-0. It's getting critical. Now, Stanford's feeling that pressure. Remember, Stanford wants to run the ball, right? This is not their game. So now, look at the first play. They come out passing the ball. Boom. Oh, pressure. They can't even block the guys. Now, he got out of it. He got some legs. He got out of it. But Colorado's coming after him. They can't stop him. They coming after him again. D-line is coming. Okay. All right. But now, check this out. Once again, that's Travis. They're going after Travis on third down when they're man-to-man. They feel like they have an advantage man-to-man against Travis. So you're going to see this theme constantly throughout the day. Now, they played a single high safety, but they feel like they can play them man-to-man. First down. Let's see this. Look like it's going to be another passing down, play action, pressure. They can't do anything. The D-line is doing everything you asked them to do. First half. Now there's a flag. Now what is this particular flag? Which one is this one? Okay, we got 12 men on the field. You can't do that. You can't do that. That's culture. Once again, we got some more flags off of just. I can watch college football for a whole season and might see 12 men on the field 3 times, and that's real talk. In this particular game, they did it 4 times in one game. I've never seen that in my. I can't even imagine another game where somebody did that. But that has nothing to do with coaching. That has nothing to do with talent. That has to do with the culture of the team. There's something that's not happening in that particular team for you constantly to get 12 men on the field. Whether it's who's putting them in the game and who's not, I don't know. But they got to get that straight because it's going to come back to bite them. All right, here go Colorado. Let's see what they do. Stanford. This boy can't get nowhere. Sack. They killing him. So this theme, and they can't get to the quarterback. So in this game, this is what you're going to see in this game. Colorado runs the ball so efficiently. They protect the quarterback great. The quarterback throws for 400 yards. The D-line is getting to the quarterback. Everything is perfect. And you tell me everything that can possibly happen that you want to happen next year for every game, and they still lose the game, that's where the polar opposites are having a problem. You got the people that hate them and say, I don't care who you got. I still saw you lose games when you had more talent. You still lost games. Then the other side says, well, we got more talent. We should win all these games, and all they got to do is fix some of this stuff. But the problem is nobody knows. Nobody knows what's going to happen when the lights hit the field. No one knows what's going to happen and how that's going to look. You can have the Alabama Crimson Tide, but if you constantly playing and doing crazy stuff on your team, you don't know how it's going to turn out from penalties. All right, this is the first quarter. As you see, Stanford couldn't do anything. They ran the ball for 5 yards. They couldn't pass the ball. They got sacked. Pressure coming everywhere. They got 19 plays. Now, Colorado, this is where it gets real tricky. They got rushing yards from him scrambling. Now, he wasn't scrambling because he was pressured. He was scrambling because there was no passing lanes, and he just saw a wide open lane, and he ran. I just showed you that on film. So this is not him being pressured. He ran for 12.75 yards. But this is the part that you have to understand. And he threw. So his legs counteracted what the coach wasn't calling. Now, is that fool's gold? Are you expecting Shedeur to be a scrambling quarterback like Michael Vick consistently? If Stanford figures out a way to slow down that rushing from the quarterback when you don't want to call the plays, then now we can change the game up. Now we also have these 12 men on 12 men on the field, penalties, little stupid stuff like that they got to fix. I'm not going to go over that because that stuff happened, but they got to fix that, and it's going to come back to bite them in their butt. So they're passing the ball efficiently. They're still not running the ball, even though they ran the ball for 4.767 yards. That's a great average. It's a great average. I'm not saying run the ball out of 17 plays. I'm not saying run the ball 12 times. What I am saying is run it a little bit more to make the game easier for Shedeur. You don't want to keep him. You can't expect him to scramble like that. All right, let's rock and roll. Let's see. That's first quarter. Let's get it. All right, let's get into the second quarter. Stanford, what they're doing, okay, first down power. That's the same play they ran. Okay, I think that's Roger Ward. Good tackle. All right, so Stanford's trying to run just enough. Pass the ball, pressure. The D-line is in their face. They can't do anything. They're just trying to figure out what can we do to make things happen. Pressure again, going after the quarterback. It's not a sack, but that's definitely pressure. All right, Stanford again. Here we go. They're passing the ball. Okay, now, I got to rewind this. Let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you where Travis is special at. Okay, I'm trying to rewind it. It won't let me rewind. So, I'm going to show you. Hold up. Can I rewind just a little bit? Let me see if I can get back just a little bit. Let me show it to you again. You see Travis? Travis is up top. He's the cover 2 corner right here. What you're going to see is him play his receiver and play this receiver at the same time. He knows that the quarterback is on the opposite hash, so anything out here, that's a very long throw, so he can bait that. But what he doesn't want to do is have this guy run the post corner and underneath the safety in between him and the safety. So he's able to play that guy and this guy. If the ball was thrown perfectly, it would have been an interception. So check out Travis. Travis, when it comes to zone coverage, he's a problem. You better know where he is. If it's zone, if it's zone, you better know where he is. Watch how he plays it. Squat, 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 bait him. If that thing was thrown perfectly, that would have been an interception. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Travis, that's where he excels at. 3rd and goal. Here we go. It's 14-0 right now. Blitz. Pressure. They can't do anything. Number 18, he had an outstanding game. I'm going to let you guys know something. This kid right here, I didn't really watch him that much, but when I watched this film, he was the best person on defense for Colorado. He had like 7 to 8 pass breakups, a bunch of tackles. He had a sack. He was everywhere. I think the guy transferred out, but this guy was a problem. He had probably one of the best defensive games that I've seen from a Colorado player in this particular game. Pass breakups, he was everywhere. I wish I would have heard a little bit more about him. I think this guy is Slusher, something like that. Came from Arkansas, and I don't know where he went back to, but the kid is a baller. So, good luck on you, number 18. He balled out. Okay, so I wanted to show you this particular play. This is from the same spot because it's going to come up later on. The kicker for Stanford, you're going to see he misses it, but he missed it left or right. You can handle that. All you got to do is straighten it up and it'll be fine. Look, the ball's way up at the top of the screen. He has enough leg. He just missed it left or right. We'll fix that. All right, now Colorado gets the ball back. Let's see what we got going on. Shador, back to the legs. They better fix that because he's going to run y'all to death. First down. Let's see. It's 14-0. Here goes. Here we go. Great throw. This is where the talent is. That's a beautiful throw. On the money. Somebody bit. I don't know if it was a double move, but that is an absolute beautiful throw, guys. That's the talent. That's the arm strength. That's the ball on the money. Now, it's an easy throw because he's wide open, but hell, I don't care. You still did it. All right, Stanford. They feel a little pressure now. They got to figure out what they're going to do. They doing that same passing thing, but look at the pressure. D-line. This is what the game looked like, guys. They couldn't do anything with them, right? So they're getting destroyed. Okay, you got to see this. They're going to show it to you in slow motion again. Travis is in the zone again. Cover 2 zone. So this is where the conflict's going to happen. If they want to play a lot of one high safety this year, but Travis is a better zone guy, I don't really know how that's going to work. I probably think if I had to make a prediction, there's a strong possibility that Travis is probably going to be more wide receiver this year. Single high man-to-man, from the films that I've been watching, that's not his forte. He loves playing zone. And look how he plays this. He plays this so well. He has the flat, but he sinks well enough where he can at least get a hit on the curl right behind it. Even though it's not his responsibility, it's the linebacker's responsibility. He was at least able to get a hit, and he didn't disrupt it, but he was there in case the guy caught it. So check him out. Watch Travis. Back. Read it. Jump. That's a great play. Running play. Okay, now they're running the ball. This has been open all day. He just ran the ball for 12 quick yards. It's open. It's a light box. It's open. Make the game easy for Shador. That was easy work. Now here we go. Red zone. Let's see what you do. Okay, you run a reverse. You run the ball. Everything don't have to be a throw. Look, he walks in the end zone. That's a great play call, guys. A great play call. Walks in the end zone. Okay, let's see. Okay, now Stanford got the ball. Stanford got the ball. For some reason, they scored again. Stanford got the ball, and they could not stop them. So they got the ball with 2 minutes left in the game, right? 2 minutes left in the game. So now Colorado's on the 40-yard line. Remember, Colorado gets the ball at half. So Stanford knows this is game. If they score right here in anything, it's game, because that means the score at least will be 32, but probably 36. That means they would need 5 possessions of scores to score. And there's only probably at the most 6 possessions, if it's done right, in a half of a football game. So let's check it out. So Colorado comes out, passes the ball. Okay, step up, scramble. Okay, now that was a scramble from a little bit of pressure. That had nothing to do with anything else. A little bit of pressure, but it's cool. Now, the reason why I showed you the earlier kick, this is where it gets tough for the Coach Prime. Now, this is a talent issue. I'm going to identify talent. I'm going to identify coaching, and I'm going to identify culture. Right now, this has to be a kick that you feel comfortable with. If he misses it left or right, you live with it. But you cannot miss it because you can't make it. I can't rely on this. So that means I got to get to the 20 just for you to get it. Okay, look how the ball is perfect. That's a perfect kick. But it's short. Now, that kick right there is a 43-yard kick. I think it's 43. 43-yard kick. That's a kick that a high school kid, a decent high school kid, makes that kick. Your college kicker cannot, I don't care how straight he is, he cannot be only used for extra points. You can't do that. As an offensive coordinator, I need to know when I get to a certain point in the field, I can play call a little bit more conservative because we have a kicker that can make a 45-yard kick consistently. This isn't the first time this happened. I've seen this happen a couple of times, and I can go back to other games and other years for this particular kicker. I like the kid. He's accurate, but the problem is if he doesn't have a leg, that puts a lot of stress on your offense. That means your offense damn near got to get in the red zone just for you to get any points out of it. And that's really difficult. Sometimes just playing, especially late in the game, you're just like, I just got to get to the 30-yard, 25-yard line, something like that, and I know my kicker is going to be good with it. But if I'm always gambling or showboat Willie trying to get touchdowns all the time, that's where problems occur, and that's where the play calling gets to suffer. So he misses that kick. So, and it was short. That's the disappointing part. I don't care you miss it. You can't miss it short. All right, so Stanford gets the ball. They still have problems. They can't protect them. There we go. Colorado's defensive line is absolutely destroying them. They can't do anything. Here we go again. Here goes another pressure. He's everywhere. He's throwing the ball everywhere he can. Now, this is a great catch. Once again, they're going after Travis. That's Travis. They're going after Travis. Travis is man-to-man, and they don't care who's on. It could be number 0. It could be number 13. It could be number 24. They're looking for who Travis Hunter is on man-to-man. That's literally what they're doing. And I've seen this happen a couple of times in other games. I saw Washington State go up top on track. They literally looking for where he is. Get Colorado in a man-to-man defense and then go after Travis with the ball up top or short routes or whatever. Even though he's a great player, he's a better zone player than he is a man player. And that's a fact. And I'm not debating that at all. I've been watching a lot of film on him. Look at this play by this kid. That's a great play. That's just a great play. Great play. Great play. Now, he didn't catch it. They didn't count it and catch, but that is what it is. Okay, so here we go. Second quarter. This is what happened in the second quarter. Stanford is still trying to run the ball because they have to. Colorado ran the ball 5 times. Right now, everything is still camouflaged because Shedeur Sanders is destroying them with his feet. Everything is camouflaged because he's destroying them with his feet, right? He got sacked one time. I didn't get a chance to get it on here because it didn't show up. It didn't show up on the game, so I can't tell you. Let's just say the O-line gave up that sack. Let's just lean into that and say the O-line gave up that sack. I don't know yet. Penalties. We got 12 men on the field. Illegal use of hand. The penalties are you're starting to see the culture. The penalties are starting to pick up. This is all in one quarter. They got 17 plays. They missed a field goal. They converted a 2-point conversion. Stanford missed the field goal. Now, we're going into halftime. They haven't been able to throw the ball. They can't protect the quarterback. Now, Stanford needs to figure out what do they have and what can they do. In the locker room, let's go to the next one. Let's look at the overall first half stats. Here we go. First half stats. Colorado is averaging 6.38 yards rushing. The O-line is destroying Stanford. Stanford's still running for 5.18 because that's all they can do. They got those reverses in. The quarterback scrambles some. Shedeur is killing them with his legs. 7 scrambles, 77 yards, 11 yards per carry. Got sacked once, but look at this side, guy. This is culture. This is just penalties starting to rack up, and it's killing you. They have 0 turnovers. They have 13 first downs. They have 9 first downs, and they have a little bit more plays because Colorado is scoring a little bit quicker. But that's not a problem. So if you look at the total yards from the rushing and the passing, he has more yards throwing than they have for the entire game. He has 201 yards, 78%, 3 touchdowns. They have 1 rushing touchdown. Now, this is where the camouflage happens, and this is where it gets where when you start to look into the numbers, you're like, ooh, Colorado is killing them. I got it. They are killing them. But it got to get to a certain point in the game where if you won't run the ball and you're up 29-0, you're probably never going to run the ball. There's never a time where you're going to run the ball. Because this is the time where when you come out of halftime, this is the message. Let me be Coach Prime for a minute. What y'all celebrating for? The game is still 0-0. We got to finish the half. We haven't finished a full game all year long. Right now, you got a chance to put a mark on it. O-line, get ready. We're going to run this ball. Shedeur, take your time. Slow the clock down because we're just playing against clock and field position. That's all we playing against. We're not playing against them anymore. We're playing against clock and field position, and we're going to run this ball and make them step up. When it's time to throw, we'll throw the ball, okay? Great job first half. Let's get it, get some rest, get some Gatorade. Let's go. Now let's talk to the Stanford coach. Stanford coach is saying, okay, guys, we got to get some protection on the quarterback. We do have a matchup one-on-one. We got to keep them with one high safety. They're going to constantly play one high safety. So wide receivers, you're going to be locked up on the outside. So get ready. We're going to throw some balls up. You guys got to make some plays. We got to chip away at it. I know we down 29-0. Just chip away at it. We never know what might happen. Let's see what we can do this first quarter and a half. Keep your head up. Let's keep it going. All right. Good job. Boom. That's what the two coaches are saying at that particular time. Now, that's the first half. And ladies and gentlemen, this is part 1. Come back for part 2. Thank you for having me, and I'll see you pretty soon. Have a good one, guys. Bye. Back of the bus. Let's roll.
Getting in the back is where we belong. Kicking knowledge, soak it up, and we stay strong. When blind say spit truth, that's our flow. Alpha rule, raw, high, low, dog, let's go. Like, comment, subscribe, and share, that's our motto. In the back of the bus, we shine bright like a logo. Knowledge and experience, we ain't playing games. Fubu, for us, by us, that's how we claim our fame. On the bus, we rise above. Gotta show them what we're made of. Knowledge, experience, and unity. We're the voice of the community.